Peace, family. Oh, it took a lot for me to hit go live. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm unprepared. But that's the beauty of just coming live and unscripted. It's low pressure. At least it should be low pressure. I'm trying to release the pressure. Um, for those of you that may just be joining, my name is Joss Renee. I have been on YouTube for a long, long time, but I've never been on YouTube as this version of myself. And so, one of the things that I'm doing is practicing showing up every Thursday just to chat, just to reflect, and connect. So, that is what we're going to do. I, I feel like doing my best not to label this, not to put any expectations on it. Like, the only thing that is should be expected is to be here on Thursday. And you're here. So grateful for your presence. Definitely chat with me in the comment section. Share your name, where you're located, and one thing you're grateful for this week. I believe we could all use a moment of gratitude, celebration, with what's in the ether online in our current environment. So just share one thing you're grateful for in the chats. Me, I am grateful for aging, truly. I think, you know, personally, I have three children, and one of the things they often remind me of is like, oh my gosh, mom, you were born in the 1900s. It's like, you know, back then, the 90s, 1990s, 99, 2000s, like, what a time to be alive. And to someone born in the 2010s, right? That sounds like the 1900s, right? The 20th century. Um, and I can acknowledge that I'm grateful for aging. I have skincare routines now. Back then, I could just wear my makeup. I could go out all night, go to sleep with my makeup on, wake up, wash my face, skin still fresh. Now, listen, baby, the way I need my skincare routine, if I don't do a skincare routine, my face, my skin is just like, hold up, wait a minute. Mm-mm. I need help. We need some additional collagen. We need some additional support here. Like, you can't just do that. So I appreciate that now I have an opportunity to listen to, reflect on, see pretty immediate, immediate reaction to life on my skin. I can appreciate that. I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful for, the ways in which aging allows me to connect with my body. And I wasn't even planning to go here, but we're here, so we might as well go here. This past weekend, my sisters and we thought it would be so nice if we went on like a sister date. Let's just go somewhere together. Somehow or another, we landed on Groupon, which led to us getting a group colonic, colon therapy. And that is, I'm aging myself just by sharing this. But hey, my sisters and I thought it would be great. I'd never done it. They'd never done it. Let's go do it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's hidden for. Has anyone here, if you're watching a replay or live, have you ever gone to have a colonic? It's things we got to talk about. And now in my mid 30s, I can say that I've had one. And I went with my sisters. And There's something about that experience that really made me acknowledge my age. And I say that because I just had a different expectation of a colonic. I thought, and I'm gonna do my best to not make this TMI. I'm gonna keep it very PG, just on need to know basis. But I thought when you went there, yes, it was if I don't want to say filling, it was an infusion of water. I knew that. I knew that going in. But for some reason, I expected to just be, to just lay there and then it just, did what it needed to do. Well, come to find out, it was a very it required a lot of active participation. And active participation in holding the water in to the point when you could no longer do that and you release. Well, you got to really be connected to those lower muscles to do that. And I am grateful. I'm so grateful that at this age, I have become more in tune with my body. 10 years ago, I can't say that I would have been that bodily aware to handle that process. And a lot of processes, honestly, because since going to therapy, I've realized how disassociated I was. And aging in particular has allowed me to come into my body, like feel into my skin, feel into my stomach and my arms. And, once upon a time, I have all these tattoos. And I can get tattoos. Getting a tattoo don't hurt. All the piercings in the world, it doesn't hurt. I got a high threshold for pain. That was my excuse. Baby, you are just so disconnected from your body, you don't even feel it. And as I'm healing and as I'm finding through meditation, as I'm finding through yoga, the ways in which traumas, histories, stress, pain, grief has existed and does exist in my body, like I have to feel those emotions now. And so feeling those emotions means I have to come back into my body to feel where it is and connect with it, express it, to release it. Listen, I just thought I could just have a high threshold for pain and go on life not feeling a thing. But in fact, aging has allowed me to feel so many things. So yeah, that is what I'm grateful for, and a long story long of full circle how that all came about. Now, um, I invite you, if you have been feeling like you cannot connect with your stress, you cannot connect with your grief, you cannot connect with your breath or your sadness, or even your joy for that matter, meditation and sitting with the emotion that is escaping you without judgment. My last point here that I'm gonna get to why I named this live what I named it. But I was in therapy, right? And I was talking about the ways in which I feel like marriage or life should be a certain way. And my therapist asked me, "Who told you that? Where'd you get that from?" And I'm just like, I mean, it's what I always believed. She's like, "No, but tell me when you the earliest memory you could believe you started to believe that." So I go back and I'm like a preteen, you know? And she invites me to connect with that part of me, connect with myself at that age and how I'm feeling and where does that show up in my body and like feel like describe it, feel like I'm doing this practice with her and it starts to get scary. And I want to say I want to say normally, but like the truth is in the past when I've encountered that feeling, I would say, "Oh nah, we ain't going here. This is not good. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to go here. No, cut it out." But she invited me to just don't judge it. Not wrong, not right, not bad, not good. Just let's just see. What's it trying to tell us? I'll make this long story short. Whole time, baby girl had a message. And in that hurt, or at least what I thought was hurt, was something I needed to hear. And the way my shoulders dropped, my belly felt lighter, I could feel myself expand beyond just the feeling that I was having at that present moment. It let me know that one, the body keeps score, and two, a lot of times the things we need to hear are on the other side of some pain, some hurt we think, is gonna be devastating, and in fact, it could be freedom. So I say that to say, if you've been feeling something that does not feel good, just ick. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Let me just close it up. I'll get to it later. Get to it. Get to it sooner rather than later because on the other side of that, maybe your joy, your happiness, your peace, your your solace could be on our side of that pain. So that's my 2 cents. That's all I'll say there. Now, I named this live, or I titled this live Living with My Cycles. Because, girl, the cycles have been cycling. Okay. And I just mean the ebbs and flows of life. Yes. Family, marriage, womanhood, sisterhood, like all the cycles, moon cycles, menstrual cycles, all the cycles have been cycling. And I'm at a place in life where I feel like in this era, like I'm trying to feel it out. I'm feeling into it, right? Like I'm human, which I think social media paints a picture of how it should be, but in fact, you know, explore, expand. I'm human. I'm feeling into this era. And one of the things that I've seen come up on my timeline a lot, I'm not sure if it's been popping up on yours, but it's about living within your feminine cycles, your woman cycles. And I just had this baby. I was enjoying the freedom of not having that daggone cycle. Well, surprise, she back. And after months and months of being without, one thing that I notice most predominantly is the cycle of my energy, my creativity, my patience, my rest. I feel like it's truly my rest, right? And I haven't done the research, or really, I haven't even been informed enough to know, which is wild to say. In my 30s, with 3 kids, I don't know these cycles by name. I know of them. I couldn't tell you which one falls on what 7 days. I just know the one that they always talk about, the one where they put you off in the corner and say it's gross and it's a bad thing. I just know that one. But there's 3 other ones that go along with that. One thing I can acknowledge is, like, I I wanna sleep. I wanna rest. I wanna sleep in. I don't wanna do chores. I don't wanna I just wanna be, you know? And when I'm not being and resting, it feels like I'm choosing violence against myself. Like I'm fighting myself. And I just feel like that's a losing battle. So one of the things I endeavor to practice is living within my cycles. Like, I think in the past, what it's looked like is, oh, you have this task you want me to do. You want me to contact these people, or you want me to complete this, I don't know, video project. And sure, I'd say, okay, it'll take me a couple of days. Well, now I want to look on my cycle, because if it's Monday, what's Monday? Open up my calendar. If it's a Monday the 15th, and I know my cycle or my resting period is going to start the 17th through the 24th. Well, typically, before, in the past, I would say, okay, it's the 15th. I'll get it to you by Thursday, the 18th. But that's choosing violence. Because come Wednesday, when it's time for me to rest, I can't even rest because now I got to be focused on this project. And now I'm fighting against myself. What I would like to see is me saying, oh, well, even though I know I could do it in 3 days, this is a 7 day window in here where I'm unavailable. So this won't be to you until the 26th, the 27th, 29th, the 29th even. Add some extra days. What would it look like for you, for me, humans, women, mothers, to live within your cycles, to like honor your rest, to honor the like times when you're most creative, even even if you no longer have that feminine cycle. There was a time, I want to say maybe last year, maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. All the years feel like they're running together. But like 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure it was like 2023, I practiced aligning myself and my projects and my goals really with the lunar cycles. So, like, I would start something new during the new moon. In the new moon, that is when I would begin something new. And I would say, oh, can I get this done in one moon, 2 moons, 3 moons? How long is it going to take? And I'll tell you what, one, I felt so connected to the earth. I felt at peace. Like I'm not looking at Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. What is the moon doing? What is the energy around me? What's it giving? Let me start it when, just things are supposed to be, underground, dark. Let's get to work. And then we bring it to light with the full moon. I really enjoyed that. I really did. And as a recovering workaholic, a recovering perfectionist, uh, true Capricorn. It was tough, right? Because the 28 days, I want to get it done right now. I'm I'm work, 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 work. But to give myself the permission to like go 28 days, it felt good. It felt really good. I don't even know when I stopped that, why I stopped it. But again, it's another cycle, a divine cycle that we could honor instead of hustling against ourselves and hustling against what feels natural, if you will. So that's what I mean. Right now, I want to practice living within my cycles and picking a cycle and just doing my best to honor that cycle and honor myself and my energy. I think we could all benefit from that. And the other thing I'll say, like this week in particular, what's been on my heart is legacy. And like, what does that look like? What does that look like again when it comes to this aging thing and facing the reality that, like, my parents, my all my grandparents, like those adults really facing, like, I'm an adult and I'm an adult so much so that I don't even want to say sooner rather than later, but the reality of me being the main adult for like past generations that are like behind me, like I'm the person that they're looking to, is really just like, huh, that's interesting. It's interesting to me because a quote like keeps floating in my head when it comes to like that thought. And the quote is that maturity doesn't come with age, it comes with responsibility. So when I think about aging to a place, you know, where again, my what do we call them? What's the word? Elders. My elders can transition. And then I need to be able to embody that role, which comes with responsibility. But if my level of maturity or awareness does not match that role, how many generations can I let down? And if I'm not letting them down because I have everything that I need, what could I do in this moment to ensure that what I have is activated and available? Like, what risks do I need to take? What steps can put me outside of my comfort zone to be able to embody that responsibility to, improve my maturity? Because low key, I still feel like I'm a child. I still want to do cartwheels in the park. I still want to go run and play and ride my scooter, paint with my chalk, color in my coloring books, stay up watching movies with my friends, like doing puzzles all those lighthearted, youthful children type act things, that things that I want to do that too. And I gotta pay these bills. I've got to build this legacy. So how can I embody the maturity that the future, is it future generations? Yeah, the future generations need me to embody. It's just what I've been chewing around in my brain, just thinking about lately. You know, adulting. I've also been figuring out what do I need to plant in this garden? Y'all, what are we planting in the garden? What's in the garden these days? What do we need to grow that's sustainable? Speaking of sustainability, this is my last little thought too. 'Cause I try not to keep you guys too long. Y'all, I have a challenge for you because I've been challenging myself. Now I want to challenge you because maybe we can help each other. I'm challenging you to eliminate polyester in your wardrobe, or at least reduce it. This came to me, I want to say the beginning of the summer. So it's like July. And it's been such an interesting experience to remove polyester from my wardrobe, get back to more natural, sustainable fibers that touch my skin. Again, I'm more embodying of my skin now, and like feeling the fabrics that's touching it. Like when's the last time you took a moment to just connect with your feet and feel what is touching your feet? Like if you have on socks, what does the fibers feel like on your sock? How does the sock contour to your heel and your ankle? Like what does the space between the sock and your toes feel like? Just that type of awareness when it comes to different fabrics is like started blowing my mind. I say that to say I now started looking at my wardrobe and like, let me actually check the tag. What is this actually made of? Girl, everything, everything, literally everything nowadays, it's made with polyester, which is plastic. It's plastic, literal plastic. And so that sent me on a whole nother spiral because I'm just like, man, I remember my grandma used to wash clothes and everything used to be hung up on the line outside to have the line dry. Then all of a sudden everything could be put in the dryer and nothing ever lost its shape. It's like I know I saw that change, but like I didn't quite question it enough until now. Now I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's no more clotheslines. You can literally wash everything on the highest temperature and it's the exact same. It's because it's all plastic. And I'm going to have to post this on my Instagram, or we're going to have to talk about this next week. But I'm gonna get you a picture. So we had our laundry room sink replaced, and the plumber put the sink in, and he said, "Oh, you should put like a trap, a catcher for the water that comes out of the washing machine. You should put like a little net that like catches stuff that comes out the water, so it doesn't damage this new sink." And I'm thinking, huh, okay, that's a good idea. But like, how much stuff really is coming out of the washing machine? I feel like Some dirt, sure. Is it really? Should it be something to catch? Girl, the way this trap is full of microplastics from these clothes is just, oh my gosh, it's sickening. It is truly sickening. And so that is also what made me like, these are microplastics? This is coming off my clothes? I'm putting this on my body? I'm buying this? What? Like, we need to recalibrate. This is not right. So I've been challenging myself and I'm challenging you. Sorry, long story long. I'm challenging you to reduce or at least just be mindful of the fabrics or not that you're putting on your skin and on your body because polyester 100%, like the softest fuzziest, they look like it's cotton or wool, 100% polyester. Shirts, graphic tee, beautiful, soft, looks real cozy. 100% polyester. Like they've been able to manipulate this plastic into so many deceptive materials that I am just flabbergasted. So similar, I feel like if it's not one thing, it's another. But similarly, how we check the labels on our foods, check the labels on your clothes, on your bed sheets, on your pillows. It is just wild out here. Truly wild without awareness. Like so much like between that and then the advancements of like AI now, I don't I've chosen to point my awareness inward because outwardly trying to be aware of all the deceptions, man, it's too much. On a somber note, Kay said you noticed it too. You noticed all the plastic? It's crazy. Oh, and you said plant rosemary, chives, cabbage, and peppers. I like this list. I like this list. Rosemary, chives, cabbage, and peppers. All right, there you have it. But yeah, not to bum you out. Just bring your awareness to your food labels, your clothes labels, your gardening. Really, really, I want to shift your awareness to your peace. Living within your cycles, controlling what you can control, accepting what is, and acknowledging your power. That is where I would encourage you to put your attention and focus. Okay? Because it's there's a lot of distractions and you are number one priority. Yes. Yes. So yeah, thank y'all for chatting with me. um and letting me just exist and be. And I encourage you to just connect with yourself and just, see how you want to live. Don't look out, look in. It's a lot of wisdom there. It really is. And with that, our Thursday, we've showed up. You've showed up. I'm grateful for your presence. If you're not here with me live, thank you so much for watching the replay. Definitely share your thoughts, insights in the chats. And I put a link in the description if you are not a part of my community. Email or text message community. I am going to send out an email and a text message. Okay, we're going to connect. I am for sure because yeah, I know social media is getting pretty wild right now. Or just feels it not that it's getting wild, but it's very distracting. So I'm going to connect with you directly if you would like to receive that connection or open to it. Definitely make sure you join the community in the description box. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'm wishing you peace, love, and good vibes. Have a good evening.